They still talk about it in the older parts of Croydon, not often and never loudly, but ask the right person at the right pub, and you might hear about the boy from St Gilda's. Back in 1882, the orphanage sat past the train yard, a tall stone building, cold and gray, tucked behind a rusted gate with ivy climbing the walls like fingers. It wasn't grand, but it was clean, well kept in a way that made the locals uneasy. Everyone knew the children inside came from the worst places in the city, but the place never looked poor, not even close. They said the money came from Croydon's wealthiest. Silent donors. Men with polished shoes and pocket watches who never went near the building, but always made sure it stood. The children, they didn't stay long. Most were adopted within weeks, and if they weren't, they just disappeared. Always at night, always quiet. The papers didn't write about it. The police never looked too hard. The records were always clean, neat, too neat. Then one summer, a boy named Walter arrived. 13 years old, sharp, quiet. He wasn't from the streets like the others. Still had his wits, still had questions. That made him dangerous. He kept to himself, but he watched. And what he saw started to chip away at him. Kids pulled from beds in the middle of the night, escorted down hallways that didn't lead to exits. A girl who screamed once and then was gone by morning. Her boots and blanket missing, but her drawer still full. Walter didn't say anything. Not at first, but there was another boy. Older. 16, maybe. He'd been there almost a year, longer than anyone. His name's forgotten now, if it was ever known. But he saw Walter watching, saw the look in his eyes, and he decided to speak. "They're not sending us away," he told him one night, just above a whisper. "They're using us." Walter didn't understand, so the boy explained. He said the ones who ran St. Gilda's weren't like other people, that they didn't age, that they only came at night, that the wealthy families who funded the place didn't do it out of kindness. They did it to stay young, to stay alive. Walter laughed. Until he didn't, until the older boy went missing too. No goodbye, no belongings, just a perfectly made bed and his name scratched from the board. Walter tried to run the next night, made it as far as the front gate before he was caught. After that, no one ever saw him again. They say if you walk the old foundation now where St. Gilda's used to stand, you can still hear footsteps on the gravel, still feel eyes from behind the trees, and every so often someone says they see a boy, 13, thin, wide-eyed, standing where the orphanage doors used to be, just standing, like he's still waiting to be adopted. Please leave a like and subscribe, comment and let me know what you think or would like to hear. Thanks.